I did not think this would work. Trudeau was on his way out of office, and I think Trump might have had something to do with it. Might have been the little icing on the cake. Apparently last night they were thinking he was going to resign Wednesday during the Liberal Party caucus. And so we've come to the moment we've all been waiting for, when globalist poster boy Justin Trudeau is finally to relinquish his role as the leader of the Liberal Party this week.
Last night over dinner, I told my kids about the decision that I'm sharing with you today. I intend to resign as party leader, as prime minister, after the party selects its next leader.
It took you long enough, Trudeau. Sounds a little last second, doesn't it? While the upcoming Donald Trump arrival did play a part, Trudeau was ready to fall all by himself, with latest polling from Canada suggesting his Liberal Party would win just 6 seats if an election were to be held today and lose 154 seats, while the Conservative Party would win more than 240 seats, 122 of those being new seats. Basically, the Liberal Party gave all their seats to the Conservative Party over the course of Trudeau's administration. It's crazy, man, because here we are thinking our election here in the U.S. is some sort of crazy sweep mandate from the people. Whew. Here Canada comes to go, nah, bro, hold my beer. See, stuff like this is why people were so tired of Trudeau. Hibs ut Tahrir Canada, Canada's branch of a global Islamic extremist organization that openly wants to establish a global caliphate as an alternative to Western democracy, is hosting an event on January 18th, 2025, because in Canada, they just operate openly and legally. I don't think the Canadian people were expecting to throw away their economy and quality of life over legalized weed. Trudeau will remain prime minister until a new leader is chosen. Meanwhile, Trump refused to back down from his threats to make Canada the 51st state amid pushback from Trudeau over tariffs. Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau traveled to the United States to meet with Trump at his Mar-a-Lago estate in West Palm Beach on Friday, amidst Trump's decision to impose a 25% tariff on all products from Canada and Mexico in response to the illegal alien invasion. On January 20th, as my many first executive orders, I will sign all necessary documents to charge Mexico and Canada a 25% tariff on all products coming into the United States and its ridiculous open borders. We got some more details on it coming up in a second, but let me know what you guys think. How much of a role did Donald Trump's messing with Trudeau's head play in this whole resignation situation? This tariff will remain in effect until such time as drugs, in particular fentanyl, and all illegal aliens stop this invasion of our country, Trump said on a Truth Social post in late November. Trump humorously suggested that if Canada cannot sustain its economy without what he claimed was a $100 billion annual exploitation of the U.S., perhaps it should consider becoming the 51st state. But Trump didn't appear to be joking when he doubled down and began seriously suggesting that Canada will become the 51st state. More recently, Trump endorsed ice hockey legend Wayne Gretzky for Prime Minister of Canada, adding that the role is soon to be known as Governor of Canada. Dude, Trump is hilarious, man. Whenever I hear stuff like that, I always take it as a joke. So I don't know if you guys are aware, but Canada actually has their own kind of Donald Trump out there. Trudeau's main competition, the Conservative leader of Canada, actually has some really intelligent thoughts on the subject. Let me know if this sounds like anything we're dealing with here in the US too.
Canadians desperate to turn the page on this dark chapter in our history might be relieved today that Justin Trudeau is finally leaving. But what has really changed? Every Liberal MP in power today and every potential Liberal leadership contender fighting for the top job helped Justin Trudeau break the country. Why dump him now, right before an election? Have they had a change of heart? Is it because they feel guilty that they doubled housing costs, hiked taxes, unleashed crime, broke immigration, forced a quarter of the population into poverty? No, their only objection is that he is no longer popular enough to win an election and keep them in power. They want to protect their pensions and paycheck by sweeping their hated leader under the rug months before an election to trick you and then do it all over again.
Man, it's almost like between Brazil, Argentina, Hungary, Italy, France, Canada, they're all dealing with the same exact issue that we're dealing with here. An establishment that has run rampant and is gutting the country and their people of their civil liberties and their ability to engage in a level of class mobility. I've got articles that break this down further. Check out my article, The Neoliberal Playbook, Corporatism is Not Capitalism, and Cultural Subversion, a breakdown amount of the systems elites use through our media and our influences in our daily lives to affect our perspective on the world around us. This cracks me up, man. Did Trump trolling Trudeau push him straight out of office?
Donald Trump keeps mocking Canada and making cracks about Justin Trudeau. At the Mar-a-Lago dinner, he joked that Canada could become the 51st state if he imposes tariffs that tank the Canadian economy. And on social media, he called Justin Trudeau the governor of the great state of Canada. No one seriously thinks Donald Trump wants to annex Canada, but what's up with this?
Well, I mean, maybe if he didn't suck at his job so bad, people wouldn't make fun of him so much. And they would have better civil liberty protections and more rights. It wouldn't even affect their healthcare system. They could still run that provincially as desired. I'm not being serious. I'm just saying, if I was a Canadian, this is the stuff I would be thinking. Like, would it even be any worse than what my government is doing right now? We got a website called The Conversation. Psychoanalysis explains why Donald Trump is taunting Canada Governor Justin. Psychoanalysis explains why Donald Trump is taunting Canada and quote-unquote Governor Justin Trudeau. Everything about this page just screams written by lefties. Oh man, look at this. Oh, Gavin Friedel, professor of political science and global development studies, St. Mary's University. Ian Kapoor, professor of psychoanalytic theory and politics at York University in Canada. So yeah, they're a bunch of lefties. Canadian policymakers were just beginning to recover from the shock of Donald Trump's recent threats to impose 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico when the president-elect detonated another rhetorical explosive. In an overnight social media post, Trump referred to the great state of Canada and Governor Justin Trudeau. While Canadian cabinet ministers have largely shrugged off Trump's unsettling mockery, Canada's response to the tariff threat has been twofold. First, it has sought to demonstrate the practical and economic benefits of bilateral trade. Trudeau hastily organized a visit to Mar-a-Lago on November 29th, which was intended to communicate this to Trump and his advisors, although it doesn't seem to have been successful given Trump's snide mention of the dinner in Truth Social posts trolling Trudeau in Canada.
So I spoke with Justin Trudeau. In fact, he flew to Mar-a-Lago within about 15 seconds after the call ended. Yeah. It was.
What is Trudeau gonna do after he rides off into the sunset? If I was him at this point, with the reputational damage that he's inflicted upon himself, I would go hide under a rock somewhere. I just left Wayne Gretzky, the great one, as he is known in ice hockey circles. Trump wrote on Truth Circle. I said, Wayne, why don't you run for Prime Minister of Canada, soon to be known as Governor of Canada? You would win easily, and you wouldn't even have to campaign, the president-elect said. He had no interest, but I think the people of Canada should start a draft Wayne Gretzky movement, Trump wrote. It would be so much fun to watch, he added. Oh, man. No, but in all seriousness, Trudeau can go screw himself, and I'm going to show you guys why. See, Trudeau is what we call a political whore, someone who sells the influence they have over their government and their country to the highest bidder. In this case, it's the World Economic Forum.
When I mention now names like Mrs. Merkel, even Vladimir Putin and so on, they all have been young global leaders of the World Economic Forum. Mm-hmm. But what we are very proud of now is the young generation, like Prime Minister Trudeau, President of Argentina and so on, that we penetrate the cabinets. So yesterday I was at a reception for Prime Minister Trudeau, and I know that half of this cabinet, or even more, half of this cabinet, are actually young global leaders of the World Economic Forum.
And that's true in Argentina too. Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's true in Argentina as well.
It's true in Argentina, and it's true in France now. Mm-hmm. I mean, with the president.
See, Klaus Schwab is the type of billionaire that believes he writes the future.
Let's also be clear. The future is not just happening. The future is built by us, by a powerful community as you here in this room. We have the means, but two conditions are necessary. The first one is that we act all as stakeholders, and second, that we collaborate.
Klaus Schwab sounds like quite the guy, doesn't he? Kamala Harris had to certify her own defeat. It was hilarious and amazing. And we dig into Trump's first 100 days in office, what their plans are, right over here. Did y'all know Elon Musk got ratioed on X and responded by changing the entire algorithm and demonetizing his critics? Check it out. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next episode.